OntarioLoval.com here at the Canadian Motorsports Expo, and while walking around here during this weekend, one of the booths that caught my eye was here at the Bump and Run board game booth, standing here with Chad Wilcox, the man behind Bump and Run, and tell the folks a little bit about this board game. Very unique, very addictive.
Yes. Thanks for your interest, Greg. I sure appreciate it. It's kind of been it's been a long project. I've been 17 years making it, 5 prototypes. So it was a situation where I kind of was done with the game in about 2000. You know, you'd work on it, you'd shelve it, you'd work on it, you'd shelve it. And I had a game that was fun for kids, but I originally started doing it for it to be fun for me. So I shelved it again, and then 2 years ago, I pulled it off the shelf again and started working on it and come up with a couple of changes, and I got a real good game. It implements a lot of the same strategies you're going to see in NASCAR racing. You got to manage your fuel, you got to manage your tires. Like every time you roll the dice, you're using fuel. You throw a fuel into the kitty. Every time you change lanes, you're using tires. And I come up with a little gimmick, so to speak, called a bump and run card. And what it's for is to basically shuffle an opponent in front of you out of the way, and he gets shuffled back to where you started your turn. So it brought contact into the game, which made it a lot more fun for kids and adults both. So it's been a long project, but man, it sure has been rewarding, no doubt about it.
In this day and age, it seems like kids are really obsessed with video games, and the time of family time is really disappearing. But I know as a father myself, we have a lot of fun. We sit down and play some board games. This is something that, like you say, young and old can sit down, have a good time, and you know, kids love racing too, so it's a good tie.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like my kids at home, we've got about 4 different gaming systems, and I've been selling these since about late October. I sold 300 before the Christmas season, and had a real good quote from a grandmother that came in and bought 3 games. She bought a video game for her grandson, and he called her 3 weeks later and said I beat the game. So she said I really didn't want to get another video game that he won't play after a month, maybe 2, maybe 3. So it's good, wholesome family entertainment. Like, and I guess the beauty of it is you can sit down and everybody at the table's got the same chance of winning. An 8-year-old's got as good a chance as Jeff Gordon to win the game, because the chance element is every little bit as important as your strategy. So it's a lot of fun for the family, no doubt about it.
So folks that didn't make it out to the show, where can they find this game? Where can they buy it? How can they get in contact with you?
Well, my website is www.bumpandrunboardgames.com. That's bump, the letter N, boardgames.com. I'm going to be doing internet sales probably starting in about 3 weeks. The website's all up and running. I just haven't got the capabilities yet to do the sales. It is on eBay. You could just search it out through Bump and Run and put that in the search engine. You could find it that way as well. So I will be traveling to the tracks as well. So I'm going to be at Delaware, Sauble Beach, Barrie, Kawartha. Going to probably hit as many Canadian Tire Series events as I possibly can. I work full-time, so I'm going to try and fit as much as I can into my schedule. So I've got ambitions of getting it into retail outlets. It's just a matter of selling them on it. So once I get rid of the first batch of games, I'll have some leverage. I can prove to them that it's a commodity that's in demand, and it's something that they should be stocking for sure.
All right, thank you very much. That's Chad Wilcox again from the Bump and Run board game. Check them out online. Get yourself a copy today. I'm Greg Killen for OntarioLoval.com.